Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about BABO. It is one of the top performing YieldMax funds year to date. We're going to look at the numbers. We're going to see how much it's currently yielding, how much it has performed from a price return year to date, and how much it might take to invest into this fund to make $1,000, $2,500, $5,000, or even $10,000 per month from this ETF. So let's go ahead and look at the numbers year to date. So this is pulling up the charts from Webull. Hopefully you guys can see this here. So what we're looking at here, over here in the top left corner, we're going to do a little bit of a zoom in here. But this is the total return year to date. So you can see BABO is currently at 27.2%. BABA's up 39.46%. And VOO is actually in the red of negative 6.77%. So needless to say, BABA and BABO are both outperforming the market pretty significantly here. Let's look at the past 6 months. Yeah, and I apologize. It does look like it's actually BABA is at 68% year to date. BABO is at 45.6% year to date, and VOO is negative 4% year to date. So I was adjusting the charting. I must have been zoomed in a little bit further. Yeah. So that's the charting. Looking at since February, it hasn't really moved a whole lot, right? So February, it was up 32% roughly year to date. And then since then, it's kind of chopped, right? So chopped down, came back up, chopped, came back up, chopped, came back up, and so forth there. Did kind of rally up a little bit higher. So I don't know if that's any indication of we're going to be going higher or not. We'll see. So these are the dividend amounts. So in January, they paid 44 cents, 44.51. February, they paid 46.9. I'm sorry. Yeah, so this was ex-dividend date of January 30th, but they paid probably February 1st of 46 cents, almost 47 cents. And then in March, they paid $1.91. So right at $1.92 there. So if you average that, right? So we'll look at that here in a second. Let's pull up the dividend history. We'll look at just kind of the average of what they've done so far year to date. It's kind of hard to assess it, right? Because it has fluctuated quite a lot. Okay, here we go. So here it is. So we got 0.4451 plus 0.4693 plus 1.919 divided by 3, 94.4 cents has been the average. Obviously, that's because the massive payment right here. Definitely let me know, if someone knows why it jumped up like that. I think it's because the underlying shot up. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but it did jump up a pretty significant amount there. Historically though, 70 cents, $1.29, 82 cents, 72 cents. I know BABA itself has been doing pretty well this year. So maybe that was definitely the reasoning for that. Needless to say, for the first 3 months, if it's able to sustain this average, right, you're looking at, let's just say 94 cents per share of BABO. They pay once a month. So in order to kind of calculate some of our numbers here, let's pull up another calculator and just use this assumption. So $1,000 a month, right? It's going to take roughly 1,063 shares. So we'll round that up to 1,064 shares times 0.94 tells us and gets us to that. So 1,064 at the current share price times 21.84 is roughly $23,000. 23.2K will yield you, if they can pay roughly an average of 94 cents per month, $1,000 per month. So let's go up to $5,000 per month. $5,000 per month average divided by 94 cents per share. It's going to take us 5,319 shares roughly. So we'll do 5,320 times 21.84. So in order to make $5,000 per month in distribution payments, you're going to have to invest over $116,000 into BABA at the current share price with the assumed 94 cents per share there. And then lastly, 10,000 divided by 94 cents is going to take us roughly 10,638. So 10,639 times 21.84. So investing $232,000 and some change there could potentially get you $10,000 per month in distribution income from BABO at the current share price and the assumed 94 cents dividend. So this yield is pretty massive, right? You know, according to this website, it looks like it's 103% yield. We could also cross-check that. We'll do, 120,000 divided by 232,355. So that's saying roughly a 51% yield, which that's probably, historically their IV. If we come back to YieldMax's website, sometimes they show us that data on here. So actually it's showing 111% right now. But I think historically their IV is closer to 50%. I could be wrong on that. If I am wrong, definitely somebody let me know down below. But I think that was typically what they would shoot for, like the 50% range. But as of late, it's paying 111%. Could that be because of the run up? Absolutely, probably. Stay tuned for that though. But 111% distribution rate is pretty massive, right? So, do with that as you will. I wanted to look at this website. So these are some of the holdings, right? So, a lot of these funds are required to hold cash or, to hold a certain percentage. I'm not sure what that is. So in the form of either, just straight cash or treasury notes. Looks like this is all treasury bill set, cash offset. But, what they also have, and you can see, so this is as of March 14th. So it's probably changed. I'm not sure how frequently they're getting in and out of these positions. But they have looks like they have a 140 call expiring in May. They also have a 155 call expiring this week, actually, March 21st. This one expiring March 14th. So this is old. March 14th. This is old. March 21st. They've probably rolled this position. And then they also have May 16th as well. Yeah. So these are some of the positions. It's not real accurate, I don't think. Like we talked about, they've probably rolled some of these because they're getting pretty close to expiration. But this is kind of an idea, right, of what they're doing. They're creating synthetic positions on BABA in the form of calls and puts, and then they're selling, time premium, option premium, and distributing that premium to their shareholders. So definitely go to YieldMax though, their website, read their prospectus and whatnot on BABA. If you're not familiar with their types of investments and ETFs that they have a lot of good details on here that they can quickly get you up to speed and so forth there. So net assets is only $49 million. I would expect this fund to be growing pretty rapidly just because of the performance and how well it's been doing. So stay tuned for that. This might be outdated. I'm not really sure how frequently they update that data there. But yeah, Babo year to date has been doing well. Looking at, so Google Finance just does the price return, right? So just the price return, it's up 27% year to date, but you also have to add in those distributions as well, which was was it 94 cents times 3? I know it wasn't quite that, but so you add that to 21.84. So really, you're sitting at, or no, I apologize. You don't add to 24. So let's just add $2.82 to our starting price of $17.20. So yeah, so you're looking at so really it's 21.84 divided 14.38. And that's kind of what we talked about. That's showing a 50% yield. But yeah, 50% ish. Needless to say, leading the way for YieldMax ETFs and having a great year. BABA, with these funds, the underlying has to do well. And BABA has been doing well. As you can see here from Google Finance, it's up also 68% year to date. And we're not even done with March yet. It's pulled back a little bit recently, as pretty much everything has. But yeah. That is that. Quick little update. So once again, we talked about, obviously BABA, how well it's been doing year to date. Babo, specifically YieldMax's equivalent or not equivalent, YieldMax's premium high income BABA equivalent or comparable rather. But yeah, it's been doing well. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you an investor into Babo? Are you going to add it to your watch list? Let me know your thoughts down below. BABO is the ticker symbol. It is managed by YieldMax. Do your own research. Make sure you're comfortable with the risk listed in this fund. And yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Cheers.